Hello and welcome everyone to a brand new episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy X-2. I'm your host Gamora, and we are going to take our, fourth shot at this boss. Now, in between the last episode and this episode, I did do a little bit of grinding. Pretty much just got everyone to level 30, learned some abilities along the way. Nothing really that special. I mainly did the level ups for the HP gain. We did switch the ATB on wait mode. That'll make things a little less hectic. I was thinking of maybe, leaving and trying to find some items that'll help me against fire attacks, but we actually can't leave without like reloading a save, so unless I want to, redo all the grinding I did, we're pretty much just gonna have to get through it because there's no way to get to any shops. Hopefully we can finish this boss pretty quick, and we can go see that awesome cutscene that I was waiting to see. It's one of the main reasons I decided to stream Final Fantasy X-2 today. Be kind of sad if I don't get to it. Alright, there's the dragon boy. I mean, it's I could see how, like, if you eat horse meat all the time and they lied about it and the meat wasn't bad, I could see how some people wouldn't be too upset. But for people that might have issues with horse meat, they might definitely be upset. Whether it be like religious reasons or health reasons, I don't know. A lot of people would be upset just about the lying, though. Just because people lie to us all the time doesn't mean we're happy about it. I sure wouldn't like them. Now let's do the raised defense, I suppose. Yeah, exactly, Zigoten. If anything, I think horse meat... Isn't horse meat probably... I would imagine it's more expensive than beef. So I wouldn't know why they would do something like that. Doesn't seem like it makes much sense anyways.
Isn't this cute?
Alright, let's go for the straight steel. Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. Probably should have just used an item to start off with. Alright, that's not bad damage. We'll stick with Excalibur for now. Do I not have anything for Shell? I do have Arctic Wind. I think that did quite a bit of damage. I'm not accustomed to being lied by the media, and I think a lot of people are starting to get pissed off about it. And the government as well. It's mainly, and it's funny. It's because, like, I don't believe the news. Like, I honestly believe that the news and the government, they've always been lying to people. It's just recently they've just gotten, either they've gotten so bold with it, or they've just gotten so bad with it that it's like ridiculous, and people are just at least a good amount of people are upset about it. Yeah, I agree. I don't even watch the news anymore. None of it. Not left wing, not right wing, not center. I just don't. honestly, I don't care to watch it.
This'll help.
There's always some angle, even if it's a story that's not even that important. Right, there's always some angle they're trying to push. That's why I don't watch a lot of TV and movies anymore. Just same thing. They're trying to lecture people, push a message, whatever the case is. I just don't want to hear it. I don't want to pay to watch a movie to be lectured about anything. The last movie I watched in theaters was that new Dragon Ball Super movie. It was actually pretty good. That's why the only thing I do watch is anime. Oh, out of MP already. Oh, can I stop this dude? That actually might be kind of helpful. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know if that worked. But, I mean, he's still moving, so I don't think it worked, but... Wait, where are my turbo? Oh, there they are. I have black magic, I have fire. Let's go with the Arctic winds. Yeah, I mean, between them just making stuff up for the news, I'm sure some of the stuff is mistakes, especially with the Russia, the war and all that stuff. And with COVID and all that stuff, things are coming out, things are changing all the time, but they never bother to go back and correct the mistake, which is like, what? Like, how are you not going to do that?
Be strong.
Oh, I don't watch anything from Disney anymore. They've annoyed me to no end. But I'm not even sure. I can't even remember. Like I mentioned, the last movie I watched was Dragon Ball Super. And the one before that was The Matrix, the new Matrix that came out. And I regret watching it. It was boring. And then before that, I couldn't even tell you. Like, if I don't count... Like, I watched the Matrix movie. I think it was on some streaming service. I forget which one it was. But the last one I watched was Dragon Ball Super in the theaters. And if I don't count that, I probably haven't been to the movies in 10 plus years. So, just don't really care about it anymore. I'll stick to my manga and my anime. There's really nothing that interests me, honestly. Were those Star Wars movies any good? I mean, I have old movies that I'll watch. Like, I recently watched the first Lord of the Rings movie. That was fun.
You okay?
I did hear the Minions movie was pretty good, though, to be fair. Wasn't there a whole thing about the Minions movie where people were, like, showing up in suits or something? What was that all about? I never understood that. Yeah, a lot of things Disney has been doing is just they've been dropping the ball on a lot of movies, ruining a whole bunch of franchises because of I don't know. They're just rushing them out. I think that's the biggest problem. They're not hiring competent people. They're rushing stuff out. And when they should be focusing on the movie, they're just pushing some sort of agenda. Whether it's something I agree with or something I don't agree with. And then the story and the writing, it ends up being like the last thing they think about or something. Wow. Spam in a can. You remember when you were with me an hour ago, how hard that fight was? That was so much easier. Just a little bit of grinding. Satisfying. Space Jam. I heard the second one sucked. Black Ring. Well, what is the Black Ring? Probably some mage thing. Nullifies gravity damage. Thanks, man. Super satisfying. And thanks for sticking around. I know it might be a little boring to watch some grinding, but okay, let's this dude'll kill us. Let's get out of here. I don't want to die and then have a game over. Man, I really need to set up a bot for Twitch. It'd be nice to have some commands. Maybe even a Discord channel. Be nice to have that too. So many things I need to do for the channel that I haven't done yet. Even making the Twitch page itself look nice, you know, with a banner and all that stuff. Oh, I didn't know there was a chest up here. Oh, an elixir. That would have been nice. Well, at least I didn't waste any good items. It probably wouldn't have been... I'm almost glad that I didn't win, like, earlier against that dude, because I was wasting Mega Phoenix Downs on him. I was wasting, like, good items on that dude. So the fact that I didn't have to waste anything, that's a good time. Alright, now...
We're landing. If we cram any more people on board, this thing is gonna fall out of the sky.
Is this where the cutscene is? I got pretty deep into this game. I think if you remember the Magus Sisters boss, Magus Sisters, I think that's where I stopped playing, and I think that's pretty much towards the end of the game, if I'm not mistaken. So, but I never beat it. So. This time we're gonna beat it for real.
I hope our audience behaves long enough to listen.
Ooh, I'm getting kinda nervous.
No, I heard this upcoming cutscene. It was actually different in the Japanese version.
Hey, we brought in people from New Yevon and the Youth League. They're all outside on the concert grounds.
I think, you know, people were talking about in the Japanese cutscene, it's just Yuna singing. But in the English version, it's Yuna and
Two
Len.
groups are already locking horns. With their leaders gone and everything, people are just a little bit edgy.
That's fine. What you got to say, Riku?
The crowd is acting kinda funny.
Let me pull the video up.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of hate for this game that it doesn't really deserve it. Same thing with Final Fantasy 13. I mean, it is linear, Final Fantasy 13,
This could get messy.
but I liked it.
No kidding. The two groups have been bumping heads since they got on the airship. Yeah, looks like they're itching to start something.
I'll pick up the audio.
The Yevonites are here too? How am I supposed to enjoy the concert with them stinking up the air?
Hey, you Youth League dogs will never be worthy of hearing the High Summoner sing.
If the Praetor were here, he'd never let these maggots walk around spouting their nonsense.
What I want to know is, where'd Nuge go? It's his fault that Spear is falling apart. What kind of leader abandons his people when they need him most?
That's true. I don't think I've ever played a Final Fantasy game I didn't like. I mean, there were parts of certain, parts of the games that I didn't like. But for the most part, overall, it's a good experience.
Seriously.
Well, Yuna, you're the one who wanted to do something.
I haven't played.
Right.
I haven't played Dirge of Cerberus and since the PS2.
So let's do something.
Right. Let's do it.
Oh, catastrophic catastrophe! Dear me, dear me! Whatever should I do? The spectators are making a spectacle. I don't even want to speculate. Please do something, Yuna.
Leave it to us.
I think this is the only Final Fantasy game where the party members are all female. I don't think there are any others. I wonder what their reasoning for that was. I mean, they could have easily. I mean, I get that, like, Yuna and Riku needed to be here. But they could have had a guy for Pain. But I don't know. It's different. Alright, so I think, cabin, right? No, that's not it, right? Is that one we had to go? I think the cabin is the wrong one we had. Oh, I need to get dressed, right? Is that it?
Miss Yuna, what? She used
Or do I have to rest?
sleep tight.
I liked 15. I don't know. I'd have to say I liked 15 more. With the all-male cast. I spent so much time in Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 15 is the first game I platinumed. I liked it so much. Just had they got that bromance going on. I think Final Fantasy X-2 and Final Fantasy 15, they both share the fact that either the cast is all women or all men. I think every other game, every Final Fantasy game has a mix of both. The one thing, I prefer Final Fantasy games where you have a small party. Not to say that like Final Fantasy VI, you have a huge party with a whole bunch of members, and the game is great. But sometimes I feel kind of overwhelmed by all those characters. So sometimes I just like a Final Fantasy game where it focuses on just one group. That way, like, I can just level up my one group. I don't have to focus on leveling up everyone. So, let's see here. Okay, so I'm not going to talk during this cutscene. I'm going to be quiet for this cutscene. I've been listening to this song all day, so I'm super excited to actually experience it. So let's do it. And Final Fantasy 12 is coming up next, so maybe you'll grow to appreciate it. I haven't played it since the PS2, so I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it. I remember not hating it. It's definitely different. But let's go. On with the show.
Y. R.
P.
Ready? Let's do it.
Oh, it's so hard to pick a favorite Final Fantasy. I don't know if I can. Alright, here we go.
1,000 years ago, before the time of sin, Spira was torn in two, divided by a terrible war. This was Spira's great mistake. Out of the rift left by this terrible conflict, sin was born. In only 2 short years, Spira has shaken off its unhappy past. We have moved on. Now, Spira grows brighter with each passing day. That light is our strength. I don't want to see it fade. Do you? There are so many of us, each with different ideas and different beliefs. Of course we sometimes disagree, and arguments will happen. But our hearts can and should always be one. Believe with me.
Even if we are torn apart, our feelings will unite us.
That is what this song is about.
Using gentle words to shelter me. Your words were like a dream, but dreams could never fool me. Not that easily. I acted so distant then, didn't say goodbye before you left. But I was listening. You'll fight your battles far from me, far too easily. Save your tears, 'cause I'll come back. I could hear that you whispered as you walked through that door. But still I swore to hide the pain when I turned back the pages, trying to find the answer. What if I'd cried my eyes out in bed?
Yuna.
I'm all right. I'm fine, really. It's past now.
What did Shinra say?
He said it might be some kind of, interference with the sphere waves? Uni's dress sphere and the sphere screen reacted with each other, and, the consciousness burned into the dress sphere was projected onto the screen. Or something like that.
Okay, but that doesn't explain why it happened.
When I asked, he said, I'm only a kid.
That's his excuse for everything.
I was singing her feelings. During the song, I could feel them welling up inside until they just burst.
So the people we saw were Len and Shuyin? Everyone's waiting. Let's go.
Yeah, I agree, man. A lot of storytelling in that song. Probably listen to it multiple times, still pick up stuff. And it's a gorgeous song for real. I mean, I knew this cutscene was coming, and the whole day I was listening to this song. Yeah, I'd have to give this song the edge. I mean, the song in the intro of this game is pretty good. But I'd have to give the edge out to this one. Alright, let's save it. Unfortunately, we have to move on. We can't just keep listening to that song over and over again. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Oh, this dude.
'Twas a magnificent melody, Lady Yuna. The onlookers were all quite enchanted.
If it brings spirit together, even a little, then I'm glad.
Indeed, I believe it shall. As you sang, not a soul could help but realize the folly of their tiresome squabbling. Fists once raised in anger became welcoming hands, offering solace to a tearful neighbor. I must admit that I, too, shed my share of tears the moment Len appeared.
You know Len?
Of course. Would you like to hear?
Yes, tell us.
Hey, this is the dude in Final Fantasy X
years ago,
that told us a whole bunch of stories.
In Xanakant, the talk of the town, you might say. In a more peaceful age, she might have lived out her years as a performer. But the times and her talents did not allow such a thing to be. You see, Len's gift for singing was matched by her genius in the summoner's arts. When the Machina War began, all summoners were sent to the front lines. Xanakant was hopelessly outnumbered. Len knew she would not return home alive. Nonetheless, she was prepared to lay down her life to protect her people. Yet there was one person who refused to let Len die. Yes, he would do anything to save her. He was a young man, Len's lover.
Shuyin?
I don't know. His name has been lost to history. Whatever his name, the youth endeavored to steal the enemy's Machina weapon and save Len. However...
It didn't go well.
The lovers met a truly tragic end. Those images we all witnessed are most certainly a record of their last moments.
Yeah, I think Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9 probably have
So Shuyin was Len's
the
lover.
most
And so that means the weapon that he tried to steal to save her must
music
have been,
that's just so good. Especially 8. 8 has got to be one of my favorites when it comes to music.
kinda
There's
understand
so
how he
many good
felt.
things in that game.
trying so hard to save someone. 2 years ago, I was the same. Trying to find some way some way to save you.
That was enough. Knowing that you were on my side, I'll always be grateful to you.
Maybe Len felt the same way. The man she loved, he struggled to save her. He fought till his very last breath for her. I think that Len's final words might have been happy ones. I love you.
160 tracks for Final Fantasy IX? Wow.
Yes, there is a connection. But wait.
I didn't realize there were that many. The game also has amazing
Everything is all
tracks.
wrong. He never heard. The one person she wanted to tell, he never heard her words.
What do you know? It's LeBlanc's game. They want to see Yuna. I'll have them wait in the engine room.
Oh, I haven't heard from these guys in a while. What do they want? I guess that'll be something we have to wait for until the next episode. Because it seems like a perfect time to end this episode. And in the next episode, we'll find out what these clowns want. Probably nothing good. Let's see what they've been up to. They're supposed to be on our side now. So I guess they probably got some cool information. Guess we'll find out what that is in the next episode. So check it out. Thanks for watching and have a good day.